Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Wyoglass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you.
Welcome to Bill Bush Memorial Stadium in Lander, where the Lander Valley Tigers are about to take on the Powell Panthers. And our captains are at midfield here at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium, and we're getting ready for the flip of the coin. In the first game, the C teams played each other, and Powell beat Lander by 18-9 in a very interesting two-quarter game. Well, the officials are out there right now, and we're waiting for the toss of the coin to see which team is going to go first. And the official is pulling the coin out of his pocket right now. The white cap, he moves into the middle of all the 8 players down there. He's showing them the coin, which is heads and which is tails. Powell, of course, gets the call because they are the visiting team. And let's see, who won the toss? I think it was, well, did Powell win the toss? I think they did.
I believe so.
Yeah, Powell won the toss, and they're going to receive, I believe.
That would be a smart move, considering that both teams have received first in Lander's season, and they both have ended with victories, so that would be the smart move. No, it looks like actually Lander's going to receive today.
Yeah, Lander, Powell deferred to the second half, and so Lander will get the ball first, and they will defend the south goal. And Powell, of course, will do the north goal. And we're just getting ready for the start of this game. I tell you what, the Powell Panthers come into this contest with a record today. Let's see, what is their record today? 2-0. They defeated Riverton in 0 week, 42-24, and they defeated Worland last week, Sean, 51-0.
Yeah, that was a beatdown, and I did watch most of the game against Riverton, so I know what this team looks like. It's going to be kind of a high-flying offense against Lander today. I think it's going to be a big test to see what this defense can do against a team like this.
Lander, of course, comes in 0-2. They lost the 0-week game to Cody 56-0, and in a heartbreaker last weekend here in Lander, they were scored upon in the last 43 seconds of the game, and the Green River won that game 15-14. So we're getting ready for the national anthem here. The Lander Valley High School band is ready to our right. The teams have lined up. Powell on the north end zone, Lander in front of their sidelines, and we will have the national anthem. And this time it's not going to be the band, it's going to be a guitarist playing it. Hampton Inn pregame show. That was the national anthem performed by a young man with the guitar, the electric guitar there, from the Lander Valley High School. Band. And we are just about ready to go. The Lander Tigers will be first to receive in tonight's contest, and the Powell Panthers will go first on defense. Of course, we're looking for another good game for Lander. We had some pretty good running in the last contest against the Green River Wolves, as Lander was able to put up 175 yards on the ground, and they're going to have to do that one more time.
Yeah, that leads perfectly into our Lander Journal keys to the game. And I do want to say, last week, what am I doing now?
No, my headset needs to go down a little bit, the volume. So, yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Trying to wonder why I sound a little echoey here, but the last week's game really showed that they can get the job done on the ground. They're just going to have to do that consistently.
Okay, well, I think the echo is coming off the Wind River Mountains.
Maybe.
Reverberating off the Wind River Mountains right here in the Lander foothills. It's a beautiful afternoon for high school football. Our temperatures in the mid-70s right now. We have a little bit of a wind blowing from the northwest right at the moment. Tigers are in their green tops, their black bottoms, green around their shoes. They do have black numbers trimmed in white. The Powell Panthers in white uniforms with orange numbers, and they are trimmed in black. Powell, orange and black. Lander Valley will receive the kickoff. And we have Joel Jubber back for the Lander Tigers. And kicking off is Jet Schwan for the Powell Panthers. Here's the snap, the kick. It's a high end-over-end kick, and it's going to come down at the 12-yard line. And I think that is Burton with the football, and he moves it across the 25 up to about the 26, 27-yard line. And Sean, that's where we're going to start tonight.
And yeah, Joel Jubber has been Coach Burton's favorite player so far this season. He told me earlier in the practice that Joel Jubber's just really stepped up. He's done his job, and he knows exactly what this team needs from him. He does it really well.
Senior Bodie Moffat will be the quarterback for the Lander Tigers in this mostly run offense. We have Jubber coming out wide on the right side. Everyone else is in tight, one man behind the quarterback. Now Burton in motion, and there's the handoff up the middle that goes absolutely nowhere. We might even have loss of a yard on that play. As the Powell Panthers studied the films, Sean, they know what Lander's going to do.
Well, and Coach Burton has been very adamant about it. They are a run-first team. They're going to run down the middle. They like to trick you out a little bit with some fullback and maybe some sweeps, but this is a run-first, nose dive into the crowd here type of offense.
Well, the Tigers come out now. Everyone is in tight. No wide receivers outside. Two tight ends, one man in motion. And the handoff goes on the near side, and that is Hunter Velarde. And Velarde picks up all the way to the 34, 35-yard line. It's going to be 2 yards short of the first down, Sean. Nice run by Velarde.
Yeah, Hunter Smith Velarde got to work this week in practice. I came here on Wednesday afternoon, and he was just drenched in sweat, and he told me that was one of the best practices he's had all year long.
No score in the game, 10:50 to go, first period. Lander has the ball, first and 2. Should be second and 2. Under center is Moffat, one man in motion. Handoff goes right again, straight up the middle, and carrying the football is Baker. Braden Baker gets the call, and he gets the first down. He crosses the 35-yard line all the way up to the 42-yard line. So a nice gain of 7 yards by Baker. And he had 99 yards last week against Green River.
Yeah, and most of that came in the first half. They didn't use him very much in the second half.
Same format for the Tigers. Velarde in motion, handoff straight up the middle, goes for nothing.
Notice the two fakes. He faked it to Hunter Smith Velarde, and then he faked that he had it still. Because I think you're supposed to do the opposite first. You're supposed to fake it to Velarde, not fake it afterwards. But that was still a good attempt right up the middle. Powell just knew it was coming.
No gain on the play, second down and 10 yards to go. We're at the just about the middle of the field at the 42-yard line. Tigers come out. Everyone bunched together again. Up to the line of scrimmage, Moffitt under center. Moffitt, there's a pitch in the backfield, goes to Burton, and Burton tries to go around the left side, nothing doing there. And he is down right away. Another no gain on the Lander play.
Parker Burton has some speed, but you didn't really see it there. He didn't get around the edge in time. If he did, he definitely could have exploded up for a little bit more, but just didn't get a lot there. Now we get Bryce Mason in the game.
Well, it is third down now.
I'm sorry, that's Landon Jones. I apologize. Bryce Mason just came off.
Yeah, it's third down now for the Lander Tigers. Hash mark, far side of the field. They need 10 for a first down. And they've got everyone in tight again for the Tigers. One man in motion, back to pass. Here's a pass downfield, way overshot his intended receiver, Jubber. And it will be a fourth down for the Tigers, and they'll have to punt the ball away.
And, you know, it's hard to overthrow a guy like Jubber. He's the tallest guy on the team, and he makes it look easy when he's getting some verticals, but even that was too high for him there.
First pass of the day goes incomplete.
Last week, I think he was 2 for 3 with an interception on the third, so he's doing better than an interception. And now Jubber.
There's the punt, high, end over end punt. It bounces at the 30-yard line. It's picked up right there and down. Nice defense. The Tigers were down there right away, and the football was caught by Cody Seifert. And Cody will now have it first down, 10 yards to go, and they're at their own 29-yard line, Sean.
Yeah, Powell doesn't care about field positioning. They have an arm in that quarterback that can get a lot of work done in a lot of field. Is kind of dangerous for a guy like this. You're going a lot today.
And they do come out in the shotgun. There's the snap. And caught in the backfield and gets away. On the right-hand side, he's got some yardage across the 35 up to the 39-yard line. And I think we had a flag on the far side right after the play. So Jet Schwan was the quarterback, and he had the keeper that time.
Yeah, and Jet Schwan, man, we watched him in basketball. This kid is a multi-sport athlete. He is really, really, really good, and you're going to see him do a lot of work with the football tonight, but he does trust his receivers quite a bit.
Well, here we go. A personal foul called against the Tigers. That's going to be a 15-yard mark-off, and that is the first penalty of the game, and it comes on the fifth play of the game, and it moves Cody all the way to midfield with the penalty and a first down. Yeah, for Powell, I'm sorry. Memories of that first game. Here's Schwan back to pass. Takes 3 steps back. Ball is batted away. Nice defense that time by the Lander Tigers' Tristan Osborne, who was in there and knocked it away. And it'll be second down and 10.
Yeah, that was really, really good by the defense there. And, you know, at the 50-yard line, you can do a lot right here if you have the quarterback that Powell does. But I think right now I wouldn't be surprised to see them try and run it here and maybe change up the pace just a little bit.
So Schwan comes out. We have receivers, 2 on the left, 1 on the right. 1 man in the backfield. There's the handoff to the second man through, and it's going to go to Cody Seifert. And Seifert makes it up across the 45 to about the 43, 44-yard line. It's going to go to the 44-yard line in Lander. Gain of 6 on the play for Seifert.
And Seifert there looked like he was not going to be stopped. He just bum rushed into the Lander defenders.
So it's third down now, and the Powell Panthers are going to need about 4 yards. There's the snap. Man gets through on the running, and it is the quarterback, Schwan, and he breaks 1 tackle. He breaks another. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown, Powell.
And that's how you do it if you are Powell. You know that the defense here is really strong against the run because that's all they practice. But that was just not the best defensive look there. They really crowded the box and moved to the left or the right, and that gave Schwann all the space to the left.
7 minutes, 45 seconds to go here, first period. Powell is on, and coming on to attempt the point after touchdown here is going to be 99.
What a number.
That's
a football number right there.
Hernandez, there's the kick. It's up, long enough, high enough, and good.
It bounced off the ground before it got to the holder.
Yeah, so Hernandez makes it good. It's Powell 7, Lander nothing. Back right after this.
Do you know if you got the best payment possible? The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
Jet Swan has it teed up for the Powell Panthers at the 40. There is the kick, high end over ender, and Jubber's going to take it at the 12-yard line. Moves to the left, now moves to the right. He's got a little bit of action. He breaks one tackle, breaks another, up to the 35, down to the 37-yard line. A nice return on that play, 25 yards on the return.
And again, man, this guy is just showing up and showing out for Coach Burton. He does whatever he's asked to do, and right then and there, man, he got through a couple tackles. He just was one missed tackle away from maybe breaking that loose.
And the Tigers are going to take over at the 38-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go in their own territory. Let's see now what the Tigers can come up with. Bodie Moffitt is the quarterback. They've got the offset eye, one man in the slot. Moffitt takes it straight ahead, runs on the side corner, and gets maybe a yard.
That read option would have been better without the option. He definitely had a chance to run that further than the running back could have.
So no gain on the play. It'll be second down and 8, or second down and 10 for the Tigers, right at the 38-yard line. 7:29 to go here. First period of play. Powell has the lead. 7-zip.
I didn't know if he ran out of bounds or not, so I let the clock run. But yeah, right there, that read option, that's a staple of this Jim Burton offense. And right there, I think he should have just gone ahead and ran forward with it. He would have gotten more than 1 yard there.
And coming out, one receiver far to the right side. Man in motion is Velarde. Handoff up the middle, and it goes for a couple of yards. Not much there. Carrying the football was Braden Baker. And he makes it to the 41-yard line, so that'll only be a gain of 3 yards for Baker. He has 3 carries in the game so far, Sean, for 10 yards.
Yeah, he's working already so far this first quarter.
And of course, Baker had that great run, that 40-plus yard run last week, and unfortunately fumbled it right at the 2-yard line. And the Tigers didn't get on the board for a while. Okay, here we go. Under center is Moffitt. Here's the pitch on the near side. Comes over to Rowan. Caden Rowan, and Rowan is going to be very close to the first down. He might be a yard short at the 47-yard line. And it has to be the 47, otherwise he'd have the first down. So a nice gain on the play of 6 yards, Rowan's first carry of the afternoon. And they do mark it a first down. So, well, good for him. 48-yard line, first down of the game for the Lander Tigers comes at 6:34 of the first half. Tigers trailing on our WyoToday.com scoreboard 7-0 to the Powell Panthers. Moffitt brings his squad up to the line of scrimmage. One man split out far to the left side, everyone else in tight. Now a man in motion, handoff to the second man through, doesn't go anywhere. And that is Braden Baker.
No, that was Caden Rowan. And
was that Caden again?
Stopped up right in the middle, yeah.
Well, we got 2 guys here, 31 and 34.
You can tell Caden Rowan has the neck brace up on top.
Oh, he's got the neck brace. So they're going to give him a yard up to the 49, up to the 50-yard line. It'll be a gain on the play of 2 yards. So Rowan gets 2 yards on the play. Caden comes back into the game. They're on the near side hash mark now. 5:39 to go, first period, man in motion. Handoff straight up the middle, nothing doing for Baker.
Yeah, Baker just couldn't get any separation or find a hole. He was already stopped before the defensive line could even move. Or I'm sorry, the offensive line. The defensive line was behind him, it seemed like, and Baker just could not get any sort of push right there.
1 yard is what the officials are going to give him, so it's third down now, and 9 yards to go. Actually, they're going to be 3rd and 8.
They say 3rd and 7 on the scoreboard, but it does look...
Yeah, it's 3rd and 8. I mean, they're playing right in front of us here.
On the 49-yard line.
Yeah, there's the handoff, almost a fumble, and almost for the first down. Let's see how good that run is, and that is going to be Rowan. Or Baker, I'm sorry. Baker gets the carry,
and
it's going to go to the 38-yard line, a first down. So that will be 9 yards on the carry, and he now has 20 in the game. And it goes down across the 50-yard line down to the 42-yard line, 1st and 10. Second first down of the series for the Lander Tigers, something that we like to see. Here we go. Moffitt hands off straight up the middle to Baker again, and he gets down across the 35 down to the 33-yard line. And that's going to be a gain of 9 yards for Baker. Already 29 yards on 6 carries, Sean.
Yeah, I mean, they're working the run here. Only that one pass attempt, and it was incomplete. And now it is going to be a little bit of a different situation here field-wise. They've gotten pretty far so far, and they're already at the 34-yard line. I'd like to see if they can punch this in, tie it up at 7, hopefully.
Well, they need to learn how to finish their drives. Here's the handoff. Goes straight up the left-hand side, and carrying the ball was Rowan. And he's very close to that first down. Let's see where they're going to mark the ball at. It's going to be, they're going to give him to the 33-yard line. That's no gain on the play. It'll be 4th and 1. Or 3rd and 1, I'm sorry.
This is one of those situations that Coach Burton's offense is really ready for, a short yard gain. It's kind of what they've been getting at minimum every single time so far today and these last 2 weeks.
Well, here's a big 3rd down play. Hash mark, far side of the field. Jubber coming out far to the right side. One man in the backfield. Now we have Velarde in motion. There's the handoff. First down carry, I think.
I think so too.
I don't know. It's going to be awful close.
He did get stopped up in the middle of that pile, and by stopped, I mean he hit a wall.
They mark it at the 31-yard line. It should be enough for first down.
That is 4th
No,
and
it'll
inches.
be 4th and inches. Boy, they are really, really close. Well, the Tigers obviously are going to go for it here.
Yeah.
2:40 to go. First period, 7-0 Powell on our WyoToday.com scoreboard.
There are all sorts of QB sneaks, and right now I wouldn't be surprised if we see one of them. And he's lining up under center. One running back behind, 2 on the sides, and there he is. He's just going to run right forward. He gets stopped, though. I don't
know. I don't think he got the first down, Sean.
I think Powell was expecting that just as much as we were.
They knew exactly what the Tigers were going to do, and it is going to be a first down for Powell. Lander did not make it on 4th and inches. So Powell gets the football.
Turnover on downs to start this game, man. That is a rough one to do right there. Obviously, they had the punt in the first possession, but they got much further down the field. I think we were both expecting that to go, and he just didn't seem to get any momentum behind him. And when you're a running back behind him, or you're a lineman that gets up behind him, you need to push that pile forward as much as you can. I didn't see very many Lander players pushing him forward.
No, he sure didn't. So let's see what Powell comes out now. The quarterback, Schwann, has got a full house look in the backfield right now. He's in the gun. 2 receivers out wide left. There's the snap, and the handoff goes on the near side. First down carry, still going on his feet. That is Cody Seifert. Seifert breaks one tackle, another. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Powell. Holy cow. And there's a flag on the play at the 41-yard line.
That was one play. What was that, 67 yards?
Yeah, that goes 67 yards, one play. Let's check the penalty flag.
Look at you.
Did they pick the flag up? It's a touchdown. They picked up the flag.
Coach Burton wants an explanation. He didn't even get an explanation on the flag.
No, they just, holy smokes, Cody Seifert.
Holy smokes,
67
right.
yards.
Now we have a late substitution on the line, and maybe Powell get hit with a delay of game.
Burton isn't getting an explanation.
And
now he is.
He had this issue last week, too, where they weren't really giving him explanations after calls. And I don't think he's
not happy.
He's accepting this one.
The official's still looking back, and he's pointed at the Lander bench to calm down. Well, coming in to attempt the point after touchdown for the Powell Panthers is Landon Hernandez. He got the last one he had, and he got this one. So it now goes 0-14. Powell with the lead on our WyoToday.com scoreboard. Back after this.
If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stands.
Let's go, all Fremont County athletes. I, Matt Gordon from Fremont Chevy, would like to wish all teams this year good luck and bring back some championships to this county. If you need a new ride to get to and from those away games, stop down at 1401 North Federal Boulevard or call 307-851-3797 and let me help you get to the games. Your sales professional, Matt Gordon.
Well, the quarterback for Powell will do the kicking chores. And they're putting the football down at the 40-yard line where it should go, but I don't know why the officials are standing around.
Yeah, this almost feels like they're waiting for a substitution. They're talking to the coach of Powell, and it sounds like...
What do we got, a penalty coming up here?
I don't know, but Coach Burton was very adamant that any penalties happening this week were going to be...
It's a 15-yard penalty against Lander. That must have been the penalty. So they're going to kick off from the Lander 45 is Schwann. So that's the second 15-yard penalty against the Tigers. They've got 2 penalties, 30 yards.
Maybe we can find out from Coach Burton after the game what had just happened there, because we're not going to get a legitimate explanation up in the stands here.
Jubber is back in the end zone for the Tigers to get the kick. Schwann approaches, and high end-over-ender out of the end zone. Tigers will have it at the 20-yard line.
It doesn't seem like much of a punishment for the Lander Tigers. They get their ball in somewhat good field positioning there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, if you're Powell and you have that long, short of a kick, it might have been worth it to squib it and see if you could have pinned them inside the 10, but maybe I'm just thinking a little bit diabolical.
Well, I was actually thinking the same thing, that this would be a great time for a squib kick. But it wasn't, so the Tigers get the ball, first down, 10 yards, football smack dab in the middle of the field. Bodie Moffitt brings them out. Everyone is in tight except for Jubber, who's wide to the right side. Under center, Velarde in motion. Here's the handoff. Oh, it goes absolutely nowhere to Braden Baker.
No?
Be a loss on the play, maybe. Maybe if they're, it's going to be a loss on the play.
Nobody really seemed to start blocking right away for Lander. It almost looked like they had the opposite of a false start. They were just a little bit behind the snap, like almost the center and the quarterback were a second ahead. It just seemed like Powell got in the backfield way too easily there.
Well, the Panthers have got 5 men on the front, and the Tigers were not able to open up a hole that time for Baker. Let's see what happens this time. Here's the snap, handoff goes straight up the middle, and it's going to be, I think that's Caden Rowan. No, it's Braden Baker. Baker gets up across the 20, and they're going to mark him at the 24-yard line. So that was a nice gain by Baker of 5 yards.
Makes it 3rd and 7 with just over a minute to go. And now they bring Bryce Mason in. We saw Mason catch 2 passes last week on slants. I don't remember how many yards he got. I think he got 36 yards on 2 passes. That's a pretty good stat line right there. If they could get something to him early, they can show they're not just a run offense only.
Receivers split out wide on each side. Quarterback Moffitt under center. He's calling the wide receivers back into the end of the line, and now we've got a timeout. Lander, as they couldn't get the play going.
They got lucky. That would have been a delay game, and it would have been 3rd and 12 as if they didn't just get the 5-yard. We'll be right back. It's 14-0 right here on 93.1 KFCW, and we're streaming on WYO Today's YouTube page.
Stock Doc is proud to serve all of Fremont County and surrounding areas. They are dedicated to providing the highest level of veterinarian medicine along with friendly and compassionate service. They service all pets of shapes and sizes between dogs and cows and cats and horses. They treat your animal like it's their own. The Stock Doc.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Tigers have a 3rd and 7, and they're at their own 23-yard line. Wide receivers out on each side. Man in motion. Back to pass is Moffitt.
Oh, he
and the
ball.
ball's taken away. And that is going to be a fumble. And Powell's going to get the ball inside the 20-yard line.
Well, there was one, their right defensive edge ran around the back of the offensive line and got a hand on the ball as it was being cocked back to throw. And Bodie Moffitt didn't have any idea he was there. So when he let that loose, that ball went really fast down into the ground, and Powell was just there to step right on it. What a stop by Powell.
Powell is at the 22-yard line in Lander territory. Oh, what a gift. So Seifert is in the backfield, coming out with the quarterback Schwann. They break the huddle now, come up to the line of scrimmage, hash mark near side of the field.
See if they just go for it like they did last game. And now the defense doesn't look set. Lander's defense was not set on this, and now Jet Schwann ran into his own running back.
Throw it to the end zone, caught, touchdown.
What a sequence of events that was.
And Stenderson gets the touchdown as the quarterback ran into his own backfield. Lander defense wasn't ready to go. Another one-play drive, 27 yards, and the pass for the touchdown. Hernandez is in now for the point after touchdown.
It was just insane how quickly Lander realized they weren't set correctly.
The snap, the kick, it's up, it's high enough, it's long enough, it's good.
I just want to speak on that play because those that weren't watching on WYO Today's YouTube page and you're just listening on 93.1, it almost looked like Lander should have called a timeout. When the coach sees that their entire defense is shifting backwards and forwards, they had linemen coming up and becoming linebackers quickly, and then suddenly the play was snapped. Jet Schwan knew he had an easy opportunity as if one of his wide receivers could get even a little open. Lander's defense didn't know who their assignments were, and yeah, Jet Schwan, if he didn't run into his own player, I think he would have had an even easier touchdown. But right there, that's about as easy as it gets. 21-0 now, 26 seconds to go.
Well, the Tigers find themselves in a big hole here, as that was another touchdown here. That was a pass by Schwan, and it goes for 22 yards. And who was the receiver that time, Sean?
I didn't see.
I was trying to figure that one out.
Let me look on my YouTube on my phone, and I'll check it out.
Tigers find themselves down 21-0. Two big penalties. Jumper going back at the 5.
You can't be mad when this song's on, though.
Yeah. And Schwan to kick it off. The quarterback is also the kicker. 26 seconds to go here. First period of play, and the Tigers are down 3 touchdowns. There's the kick by Schwan, and it goes to Jubber at the goal line, and it is going to be a touchback. So Lander will take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. On this will be their 4th possession of the first quarter. And so far they've lost it on downs twice, and they had one fumble, and this is their 4th time. So let's see what the Tigers can do here.
Well, it can't be much worse than their last drive, but I did like the second one. They got down to the 30. They didn't fear going for it on 3rd and 4th and short. I didn't mind that at all.
Under center, man in motion, back to patches, passes Moffitt. It's blocked at the line of scrimmage and knocked away. So it goes for nothing, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 yards to go. One of those big linemen, they've got 5 up front, Sean, and one of those guys stuck his hand up in the air and just knocked the ball away. The Tigers were very lucky not to have that ball intercepted because it fell right in between 3 of the Powell Panther receivers.
Yes, it did.
Okay, everyone in tight again. The standard format for the Tigers. Here's a handoff nowhere, going not even back to the line of scrimmage, I don't think, Sean. Maybe if that.
Inside handoff to Baker.
No, they're not going to give him any yardage at all. So Baker, the carrier, gets 0 yards on that. He's had 9 carries for 33 yards in the game. And that's the end of the first period of play. Powell 21, Lander waiting to score.
All Fremont County sports teams dismiss their opponents like Wyoming Waste dismisses your trash. They offer services from roll-off cans, commercial, and residential garbage. Wyoming Waste Services, Fremont County, Hot Springs County, Washakie County. They are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please call 307-856-5354 or stop down at the Riverton office, 730 South Broadway. Wyoming Waste wants to wish everyone in Fremont County good luck in their sports this year.
Enjoy fresh-made pizza, pasta, calzones, and subs at Peretz, 519 West Main in Riverton. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Friday. Closed on weekends. Call 857-7306 to order for pickup or delivery with DoorDash. Peretz.
Clear out for the new 2022 campers with the best price guarantee. Midway has financing with no money down, no payments for the rest of the year. Low interest rates on sweet fifth wheel. Dealer incentives up to $25,000 on toy haulers. Top dollar on trade-ins and door-to-door delivery. It's Midway's all-out clear out. MidwayCampers.com. Midway, when you expect.
Tigers deep in their own territory at the 20-yard line. Far side hash mark. Moffitt brings them out. And everyone is in tight again. No wide receivers out. to have a couple of tight ends on each side. Moffitt for the first time tonight in the shotgun. There's a long pass downfield, and it is no good, overshot, and it was intended for Bryce Mason.
I'm telling you, they like to throw to him because he's reliable, but right there the pass was just a little bit too long, and there was no way for anyone to get that except maybe a Powell player, and now it's a quick punt to begin the second quarter.
Well, here we go. It is 4th down, 10 yards to go for the Tigers, and Jubber is in to punt.
For the Panthers,
and 2 Powell players back at the 45-yard line. And there's the kick, a nice high end-over kick, and it comes down to the 46-yard line on the near side. Picked up that time by Cody Seifert. Seifert gets about 5 yards on the return, but it's across the 50-yard line, so they're going to start in Lander territory. Nice punt that time by Jubber.
Yeah, and good stop there by the Lander kick team there. I also want to really shout out number 40, Zane Graff for Powell. Man, he got in the backfield in a hurry. He almost blocked that thing from the right side.
47-yard line, hash mark far side. Jet Swan comes out, brings his Powell Panthers out. Twin receivers on both sides. In the gun, one man in the backfield. And a quick pass, little bubble screen over to this side, and it goes for about 2 yards to the 45-yard line.
We got a lot of people coming up and out of here. And the bleachers are filling up fast. If you can hear this and you're within earshot of Lander, I think you'd be a nice addition to this crowd tonight. It is Welcome to the Jungle Night, so all the students dressed as if they are going safari hunting or just hunting in general. There's a lot of camo around here.
All right, here's the pass, and it's dropped.
And
wide open was Evan Whitlock, and he dropped it down to the 40.
Well, and Hunter Velarde's going to get tagged with another unnecessary hit there. It was a little high. Oh no, they're going to call that on Powell. Okay, good. I thought that was
holding.
I thought that was a good hit by Hunter, but I did realize that it was a little high. And Coach Burton talked about that on Wednesday's practice, saying that everyone that was getting caught too high during last week's game, well, they were being watched during practice, and if they were even a little bit high, the coaches were letting them know.
So it goes back to the 45, where it'll be a 2nd down and 20 yards to go.
Really can't wait for some cloud coverage here. It's right in our eyes.
Yeah, sun right smack dab in our eyes. Okay, Schwann back in the shotgun formation, one man in motion. Back to pass, takes a 2-step drop, passes downfield uncaught. Wide open was Wazinski, and he is finally dragged down at the 15-yard line. Wazinski just went straight up the field, Sean. There was no one there, although there were 2 Tigers on defense, and big first down for Powell.
Yeah, that was a great throw and catch if you're a Powell fan. That was also 2nd and 17, so that is kind of insane that you're able to get that much production on that right there.
A 39-yard pass play, and it goes to Wisniewski. First down, 10 yards to go, Powell. And they are at the 15-yard line in Lander territory. And there's a keeper by Schwann. He moves to the left-hand side, darts through one, darts through another, inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line.
Get up the middle for a gain of 7.
Now they're going to call him down at the 10. So that'll be a gain of 5 yards on the play by Schwann. He now has
on the 10-yard line
49 yards on 3 carries.
Yeah, not surprising. But honestly, this Lander defense looks like they're getting good penetration at the line of scrimmage. They're just missing the tackles in the background, and they're getting around late.
Back to pass, 3-step drop. There's the pass into the end zone. Touchdown, Powell. Well, that was a pretty good play. The Tigers could have stopped that one, and it went to
number 10. That's Trace Stennerson.
Stennerson,
you're right, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, Powell is just quickly making this game all about them. And I told you at the beginning, this is a high-powered offense. They like to let the ball loose. They really like to show off that arm that Schwann has. It's just, it's really hard for Lander to stop right now. And that kick goes right into the butt of his center.
So the PAT fails. They had trouble with the snap. 9:27 to go until halftime. Powell 27, Lander 0.
Back when I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Heading south, down the road in a gold Cadillac, coupe to Bill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Welcome back. It's 27-0, 9:27 to go. And right now we've got scores from all over Fremont County. Last I saw it was 8-0 Riverside while they're at Wyoming Indian High School. That is our Fremont County game of the week. And then final scores from 1A 9-man, Moorcroft beat Saratoga 13-8, and Lingle Fort Laramie, where they put up 55 points. Lusk only put up 38, and Wind River, of course, got that canceled game against St. Stephen's. That's the second year in a row that St. Stephen's has forfeited that game.
Well, Schwann getting ready to kick. Jubber back at the goal line.
14-0 in Wyoming Indian right now. It's Riverside on top.
High end over end kick. Jubber takes it at the 10-yard line. He moves to the left, breaks one tackle, fumbles the ball, and it's recovered by Cody, by Powell.
He split two of Powell players and just ran right into a third in the middle, and I think the helmet landed right on the ball. And right now, whoever tackled him is hurt. No, that's Joel that's hurt.
Yeah, Joel Jubber is down there, and it was right at the 31-yard line.
Is that Joel? No, that's a Powell player.
Is that a Powell player?
And I believe that's the player that actually lowered his helmet and put the helmet on the ball. And we're going to hope that he's okay, but we're going to take a quick commercial break. 9:22 to go in this second quarter. Oh, he's up. Hold on. Let's hold on a second. That's number 44. That's Rowan Diaz. He is a sophomore. Stood up, jumped up, and now he's looking to play the next play.
Yeah, he was.
The coach
wanted
says
to
you
stay
have to
in.
come out.
So Powell on the fumbled kickoff return. It was a nice return.
Just got hit right at the last second, right in the wrong spot.
21 yards by Juber on the return. But Powell gets the ball right back after scoring. First down 10, hash mark on the near side. Schwann in the shotgun, and here's the play. It's a handoff. Goes to Cody Seifert.
I thought they might try and strip that out of his hands the way that he was kind of getting tackled there. It looked like maybe they had a hand inside the arms, but he held on to it. He got spun around for a 4-yard gain.
So Seifert makes it down to the 27-yard line. Clock 8:59 and moving here until halftime. 27-0 Powell. Man in motion. There's the handoff straight up the middle, and that's going to get down to the 25-yard line. And that was 24 on the carry.
No, I think that was 29.
29, Abraham. Trevon Abraham.
It's the first time we've called his name, junior.
Yeah. That'll be a nice 3-yard gain by Abraham.
I think he only got about 2 there. It's 3rd and 4.
Yeah, football right on the 25-yard line.
Either way, this could be a big stop for Lander if they could just hold him right here.
There's the pitch. Goes over to Abraham. He makes one cut, makes another. First down territory inside the 15, or close to the 15 for Panthers.
Yeah, that was difficult to defend. He had 3 people really that could have that ball, and Lander defenders didn't know which one was going to get it. So that pitch right at the beginning was a good spot to start, but this offense for Powell is just exploding on all levels right now. There's not a lot of good ways to stop this.
8-yard gain on the play. Clock moving, 7:49. Back to pass again is Schwann, and
Almost a
he
sack.
almost lost the ball, throws it in the end zone, no one there. And I tell you what, that was a big rush on the time by the Tigers. Tristan Osborne, also back there for the Tigers.
They just need to be doing it one more time. Maybe we can get a stop here.
Look at that photographer down there with that great big 2-foot-long lens. Back to pass. There's a flag, and the pass is due to the Lander rush, goes right into the ground. And again, guess who that was on the rush? Tristan Osborne.
I want to see what the flag is holding on Powell. Are they going to take that and make it 3rd and 15?
That's the second penalty on Powell. Both teams have been penalized twice for 30 yards in the contest. Lander had 2 15-yard penalties in the first, and now Powell has 2 in the fourth. Are they going to try a field goal attempt here? 7:30 to go. They've got a whole new team in there. No, I guess not.
No, they are. They're going to try this here.
Oh, I guess they are. Yeah, there it is. At the 24-yard line, it'll be a 34-yard attempt by Schwann. There's the snap. The kick is long enough, it's far enough, and it is good. 34-yard field goal by Schwann, and that makes the score Powell 30 and Lander 0.
To make your home feel like new, they will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now.
Back again after the field goal by Schwann, a 34-yard field goal, and that comes at the 7:13 mark here until halftime, and it's 30-0.
Yeah, there was a chance this game could go this way. I was really hoping that Lander's defense was going to step up, and now I need their offense and defense to step up.
Here comes Schwann up to the line. The kick, end over ender, comes down to Jubber at the goal line, and it will be a touchback, and Lander gets it at the 20.
Well, if there's any good side to that, at least nobody got hurt on that kickoff return.
Yeah, that's true.
And no fumble, so we're doing good.
No
We're
fumble, doing good. First down, 10 yards to go now for the Tigers. Bodie Moffitt comes out, and he is under center. Wide receivers split on each side. Tigers need to generate some offense, and we have motion on the play, and it'll be on offside against Powell, I believe. Let's see what the yep, offside against Powell. So the Tigers pick up the 5 easiest yards they've had all night long.
Yeah, and that gives them a little bit of momentum here. You can use that for a lot. Now that play call that might have been designed to get 6-7 plays now, or 6-7 yards, now you might be able to work with something a little different. But most of Jim Burton's offense on first down has looked the same.
Single receivers wide on each side, under center. There's the handoff, goes straight up ahead. I think that's Rowan with the ball.
I think Moffitt kept the ball. Moffitt did keep the ball.
No, he did. Moffitt is the keeper. And it goes to the trying to gain a 1. So Moffitt gets 1 yard on the. That's his first positive yard of the game.
Well, that's not a good thing.
Comes at 6:52 to go. And it's a 2nd down and 4. Tigers have the ball in the middle of the field. Sun bearing down on us here right out of the west. Here's a handoff, delayed handoff, goes nowhere.
I'm not always the biggest fan of when you get the ball faked to you if you throw your hands up in the air, because that shows the defense you don't have the ball. You got to pretend to fake get the ball.
Well, it was a 1-yard gain by Baker. And it's third down now, and they need 3 yards for the first down. They're at the 27-yard line. Hash mark on the near side. Everyone in tight. Here's a pitch. Goes back. Little bit of yardage. First down yardage for the Tigers. Carrying the ball that time was Baker. Baker gets the first down all the way to the 36, 37-yard line. Nice gain. 10 yards on the play by Baker. And he now has 44 yards, Sean, on 11 carries.
Yeah, he is doing what he was doing last week in the first half. Like I said, they didn't give him the ball very often in the second half, and that was a big factor in that second half loss, because they were ready and willing to win that game. They were this close. They were 43 seconds away, and that might have been one of their easier games of the year. So 30-0 right now. They are just working with what they can get. And right there, they got a first down.
5:39 to go, first half of play. Everyone's in tight for the Tigers. Under center is Moffitt. Moffitt, here's the pitch out to the backside. Baker, and he gets a little bit of yardage across the 40. Yeah, and Baker gets it now to the, what are they calling that, the 42-yard line. So that's a 5-yard gain by Baker. And he has 49 yards unofficially now on a dozen carries.
And they're taking Bryce Mason out, and they bring in number 4, Landon Jones. You don't typically see them on the field at the same time. That's because that's both of their passing threats, or receiving threats, I should say. So I think we'll see a run here, and a good pitch to Hunter. Oh, and he's brought down in the backfield.
Big loss on the play back to the 5. He made a wide turn back, and that's where they caught him all the way back to the 35-yard line. It'll be back to the 40, actually. So it'll be a loss of 3 on the play by Velarde.
I think they called the play dead as he was getting spun around. Otherwise, that would have been a couple more yards. Now they bring in number 11. That's Paxton Hollingshed. We haven't seen him other than week 0 when he played quarterback during the second and third quarter. So they bring him in here. He looks like he might line up to the right, and I think he is.
In the shotgun formation is Moffitt. One man in the backfield. No, that's not Moffitt. That's a different quarterback.
That is Paxton. I thought he might line up under center, and Paxton
Hollingheads.
Paxton is the one that has the arm, as Coach Burton said. Bodie Moffitt has really good legs. Parker Burton has really good legs. Paxton Hollingshed has a really good arm, and we haven't really been able to see him use his legs that often.
Well, here's the call. It's going to be offside on Lander. So that is their third penalty for 35 yards. And it moves the ball back, Sean, to the 29-yard line.
So
it should be the...
third and...
They move it back to the 29.
3rd and 18. Couldn't do math there for a second.
Yeah, really. Clock moving, 3:49 to go, 30-zip. Powell with the big lead over the Tigers. Lander sends single receivers out, wide on each side. Hollingshead in the backfield, goes back, turns around, is caught and sacked. Oh, all the way back at the 15-yard line.
He started off after getting the snap with a spin move to the wrong side. You could just tell that play was blown up from the beginning. I think Powell has been doing their homework here.
And it goes all the way back to the 16-yard line. A loss on the play of 13.
3:05 to go, and they're going to punt it here in the second quarter.
There's the snap. The kick is a wobbly one, comes off the side of the foot, and this one is going to bounce. Gets a Lander bounce into Cody territory at the 47-yard line. So that's where Lander will start, or that's where Powell will start. I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep saying Cody.
Yeah,
but,
we've been talking about the Cody game for a while.
So at the 48-yard line inside Lander territory, the Powell Panthers take over. 2:44 to go, first half of play. As we mentioned earlier, as Sean mentioned, we got a really great crowd tonight.
Yeah, so much so that we're getting more people in our shot than normal.
And we've got a Sasquatch down on the sideline that was running up and down the court, trying to get the fans going.
Don't talk about Carl like that.
All right, here we go. There's a handoff. Goes on the left side. Carrying the ball is Seifert. Seifert has got nothing but clear, running to the end zone. Touchdown, Powell. Another one-play drive. Their third of the game, and it's going to go 36-zip.
And that is the definition of when it rains, it pours.
52-yard touchdown run by Seifert. Hernandez comes on now for the point after touchdown. Well, it's too bad we've got this nice big crowd and
not a nice big game.
Not a pretty game for the Tigers. There's the kick. It's up and good. So the score now goes Powell 37, Lander 0.
We believe that everyone deserves a second chance, including us. Hi, I'm Brian Robacher, CEO of Atlantic City Federal Credit Union. And if we said no to you in the past, I'm asking you for a second chance too. In the midst of everything happening, we are committed now more than ever to second chances and when it comes to your finances. An auto loan for your new car, business loans, home loans, and more. Give Atlantic City Federal Credit Union a second chance to give you a second chance. We've been helping our community thrive since 1964, and now it's your turn. Visit AtlanticCity.coop to apply today. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Welcome back. It's 37-0, 2:34 to go in the second quarter. Lander is not having a good time tonight. Their defense has been non-existent. Offense has had maybe two good drives. One of them ended in a turnover on downs, and I think the other ended in a fumble. But so far, Powell has scored on each of their last 5 possessions.
Here comes the kick, and it goes into the end zone, and then Lander will start at the 20-yard line. You know, Lander had a kicker last year, Matisse Weaver, who did that almost every kickoff, and that was a big play for Lander. And Powell has got the quarterback, Schwann, who is doing the same thing this year.
Yeah, that's surprising because Schwann, he really is a pretty good multi-sport athlete. We watched him ball out in basketball, and now he's doing both quarterback and kicking positions really well here for Powell.
Remember last year's game up in Powell and went almost to the end, and Powell won by 3, 10-7.
That was a much different offense than what we're looking at here.
Much different offense. Okay, there's the handoff up the middle. Goes for about 4 yards on the play, and carrying it is Baker. Baker gets it up for 4 yards. He's got 53 yards now on 13 carries. He's the bulk of the offense for the Lander Tigers. Rowan has had 1 carry for 8 yards. Velarde 2 carries for 5, and Hollingshead got sacked. He has -17 on the play.
Yeah, that was a heck of a sack. 2 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Here we go, man in motion. Up the middle, no, nothing doing. We're going to lose yardage on that one. It's going to go all the way back. They're going to mark it back at the 21-yard line, I think. No, they're going to say no gain.
A big issue I've noticed, especially with this Powell defense, is Lander doesn't have enough blockers for what Powell is bringing. They know they're running the ball, so they're bringing at least 6 or 7 every single time. Meanwhile, Lander has basically 3 running backs in the backfield as fake or read options, and they're not able to block. So when this running back, whoever does get the ball, is running up the middle, they're going up against uncontested Powell Panthers.
5-man defensive front for the Panthers. Under center, there's the pitch, goes to the outside. Little bit of yardage that time, all the way up near the first down yardage. And that was that Baker?
I believe so, yes it was.
Okay, 9 yards on the carry, now has 62 yards on 14 carries. And it's 4th down on a yard with 45 seconds to go. I'd imagine that Burton's going to let the clock run down and call a timeout here.
Well, you also got nothing to lose. You're already down 30-0. Why don't you try? They had a 4th and short play earlier as a QB sneak that didn't get any yardage.
Okay, they send Moffitt back into the game. I don't think we're going to have a timeout here. Yeah, you were right, that first 4th down.
Well, if you convert this 4th down, then you regret not calling a timeout. But if you don't, then you give Powell the ball back with nothing.
And they draw him off sides.
That is exactly what you're hoping for.
Well, that'll be a penalty against Powell, and that'll give Lander a 1st down. That'll go to the 28-yard line on the penalty. Now, that's about the only thing the Tigers have had to cheer about here today.
At least in this
This
first
is their 5th first down of the game, but defense hasn't held Powell. And there's a big size difference, too.
5 seconds to go. They didn't call a timeout at all.
1 second. They get the play off. Here's the play back, and it gets a couple of yards. And carrying the football is Caden Rowan. And that's a 2-yard gain. And that's where the half will end. And the score at halftime, the Lander Valley Tigers 0, the Powell Panthers 37.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
Riverton Blodorn Lumber is proud to support youth sports. Experience the Blodorn difference. Quality products, design, delivery, and expert service. Blodorn Lumber, 1202 North Federal in Riverton. Blodorn Lumber. You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Wyoglass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you.
When you purchase your car, do you know if you got the best payment possible? The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton. If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
Let's go, all Fremont County athletes. I, Matt Gordon from Fremont Chevy, would like to wish all teams this year good luck and bring back some championships to this county. If you need a new ride to get to and from those away games, stop down at 1401 North Federal Boulevard or call 307-851-3797 and let me help you get to the games. Your sales professional, Matt Gordon.
Welcome to our our CWC halftime show here at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium. We got 8 minutes until halftime is over. We just watched a pretty fun little dance routine with a bunch of younger future cheerleaders and dancers from Lander and Hudson as well. It was a fun time. We have some final scores. Thermopolis getting their first win of the season, 34-0. That was a heck of a game. Kemmerer just didn't have anything in them. Thermopolis, very young, inexperienced team. New his first win. And if you missed any of that game, you can watch that whole stream on YO Today's YouTube page. That's Kevin Simpson, and he brought Donnie back with him, who I haven't had the pleasure of meeting, but
that's great.
Donnie was there. So we had a really good time today out in Thermopolis, setting stuff up, and that could be a really good team if they were to get all the pieces put together and get them really unified together. The camaraderie just didn't seem to be there. Maybe it was today. I'll have to watch. What else do we have? 14-0 in Wyoming Indians home game against Riverside right now. 34-0. I'm sorry, I must have not refreshed. 34-0 right before halftime. Wyoming Indian down at home. They have not had the season that they were hoping for. They're also missing their star quarterback, who's also their star defensive player as well. So there's quite a bit that they need to get working with. And let's see, Riverton at Evanston. Do we have a score on that? It's 20-10 right now, Evanston. And 1:45 to go in the second quarter. So those are your scores from around Fremont County. Trying to find some scores right now. Ernie, there's not a lot to write home about in that first half. I guess the one thing I do appreciate is that Brayton Baker, no matter how much they're down, he runs like they're up by 50 and he wants to make it 57.
Yeah, Baker is a very good performer for the Tigers. He's so far in the game has 14 carries for 62 yards. And the Tigers overall, let's see, they have 14, 18, 20 carries in the game for a total of 60 total yards. No passing yards for the Lander Tigers. On the other side, the Powell Panthers have 70 yards rushing, 54 yards pass yards, total offense here in the first half of play. It's been pretty much, except for Mr. Baker, it's been all Powell Panthers.
And I am pretty positive that Powell's not going to stop when they come back out in the second half. I just know that, you know, if Lander can get one or two scores, then we'll be happy about tonight's game. But right now, Powell is done all year long, and just making it pretty dang difficult for any team to really score on them.
Yeah, and they're headed to their third consecutive victory. Their record will be 2-0, though, because they won their 0-week game, and you don't count that in the standings. So Lander is looking right now at their second official loss of the season, unless we have a real miracle comeback, and I don't see that happening here in the next 24 minutes.
I don't either, but, you know, miracles happen, and we'll just have to see exactly what Coach Burton comes up with in this second half. We're going to be right back here on 93.1 KFCW and YO Today's YouTube page right after this.
The Stock Dock is proud to serve all of Fremont County and surrounding areas. They are dedicated to providing the highest level of veterinarian medicine along with friendly and compassionate service. They service all pets of shapes and sizes between dogs and cows and cats and horses. They treat your animal like it's their own. The Stock Dock.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Wyoming Waste hopes that all Fremont County sports teams dismiss their opponents like Wyoming Waste dismisses your trash. They offer services from roll-off cans, commercial, and residential garbage. Wyoming Waste services Fremont County, Hot Springs County, Washakie County. They are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please call 307-856-5354 or stop down at the Riverton office, 730 South Broadway. Wyoming Waste wants to wish everyone in Fremont County good luck in their sports this year.
Enjoy fresh-made pizza, pasta, calzones, and subs at Peretz, 519 West Main in Riverton. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Friday. Closed on weekends. Call 857-7306 to order for pickup or delivery with DoorDash. Peretz.
For himself.
Welcome back. Teams are starting to take the field, and can't forget Wyoming plays tomorrow. Last weekend was crazy. After an epic double overtime win last week in the season opener, Wyoming football team looks to make it 2 in a row, and they host Portland State at War Memorial Stadium. Kickoff time, 2 p.m. It will be the first time ever, first meeting between these two schools. The Vikings are the Big Sky Conference and enter Saturday's concert with an 0-1 record after losing at Oregon. That's a tough team to beat, though. It marks the third consecutive year that the Cowboys have faced a member of the Big Sky Conference. They defeated Northern Colorado last year and Montana State 2 seasons ago. The Pokes enter the game with the reigning Mountain West Special Teams Player of the Week, John Hoyland. Boy, he just doesn't miss.
No, he
does not miss.
No.
Hoyland hit on both his field goal attempts in the victory over Texas Tech last week. He was a perfect 3 for 3 in PAT attempts. And in the second quarter of that game, he made a career-long 56-yarder. It was the longest field goal by a Wyoming player since Bill Vintage hit a 57-yarder against Air Force in October of 2007. The win over the 24th-ranked Red Raiders was Wyoming's first over a nationally ranked team since 2016, when they beat then number 24 San Diego State 34-33. Ernie, you were at that game. Rain delays caused that to go late, and then it was 17-0. That's when most people turned it off. Next thing you knew, they were up 35-33 at the end.
Yeah, that was a great game. And an interesting side note, Sean, about this game tomorrow in Laramie with Portland State. Tom Berman, the athletic director at the University of Wyoming, came from Portland State. Of course, he's a Wyoming native and played at the University of Wyoming, but then went off on his athletic administration career and was the AD at Portland State, and then took the job in Laramie, and he's been there ever since. So this will be an interesting matchup for Mr. Berman. I'm sure he knows some of the people over there at Portland State, and of course they got that horrible loss against Oregon, 81-7. But I think
hard to beat Oregon, no matter who you are.
Yeah, no matter. But one of the things that I heard Coach Bowles say today on his weekly interview was that they have been talking with the players to ignore that score. You know, you got to play each game as it comes and not expect an easy run against Portland State's Vikings.
Definitely, and you know that's kind of how Powell's playing right now. They may have expected them to run inside quite a bit, but they are playing right now with a bunch of grit and determination that you see from teams that really have it, and they have it. They have the talent, they have the unification. They're a team. You know, they've been playing together. A lot of these seniors have been in the same system for a little while, and now they're just putting it to good use here in Lander. They're up 37-0.
Well, you know, Powell has always had a very good football team, and in the series against Lander, this is the 73rd meeting between the Panthers and the Tigers. Powell has won 44 of those games. Lander has won only 28 of those games. And this is Chase Kistler's 4th year as head man of the Panthers, and he has a winning record of 17-14. Of course, Jim Burton, this is his first year for the Tigers. Lander goes on the road to Jim Burton's old stomping grounds this coming a week from tonight. They go to the Evanston Red Devils, and the Powell Panthers will host the Douglas Bearcats. So the Panthers, as we told you earlier, had a 42-24 win over Riverton and a 51-0 shutout over Worland, while Lander lost 56-0 or 56-2 against Cody and 15-14 against Green River. So we're just about under a minute to go, and we'll be back for the kickoff of the second half of this game after we listen to this.
Midway is at an all-out clear-out for the new 2022 campers with the best price guarantee. Midway has financing with no money down, no payments for the rest of the year. Low interest rates on sweet fifth wheel. Dealer incentives up to $25,000 on toy haulers. Top dollar on trade-ins and door-to-door delivery. It's Midway's all-out clear-out. MidwayCampers.com. Midway, when you expect them.
Back again at Lander, and you've been listening to the Central Wyoming College halftime show here at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium. Make your way here. Central Wyoming College, of course, Sean just had that magnificent grand opening of the new Wrestler Ag and Equine Complex. What a fabulous facility that is. It's one of the top ag and equine facilities in the entire Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky. And, you know, I was out at CWC this morning for the weather balloon launch, and I mean, they've just got a lot of cool stuff going on at CWC right now. If you're not around, you got to look up some stuff happening in that school, including some of their sporting events. They had their golf tournament. It ended today, and they have rodeo, I believe, 2 weeks from now, and then they have their soccer tournament next week as well.
Going deep back for the Panthers is Caden Nelson. Also back there is Cody Seifert. Kicking off for the Lander Tigers is old reliable Braden Baker.
Trying to get this camera all set up there.
Here's the approach, there's the kick, and it's going to be caught at the 3-yard line. Then they hand it off on the other side, a reverse. Carrying it now is Nelson. Nelson's got a lot of yardage on the other side. He's got one man to beat, and he's pulled down in Lander territory at the 40-yard line. What a run that time.
That was. What a stop by Parker Burton, the smallest guy on the field, just got him done.
Well, again, Powell starts in great field position, and the officials are going to mark it at the Lander 45-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Let's see if we have any major personnel changes. No, here comes Schwann. Jet Swan, the senior quarterback for the Panthers, comes back out. As the wind picks up, a little bit of clearance wind here as the sun starts to set behind the Wind River Range. Schwann under center. There's the handoff, and there's a big gainer all the way down inside the 35, down to the 32-yard line. Carrying the football that time, I believe that was Cody Seifert.
It was.
Yeah, Seifert gets the call, and he gets a big gain all the way down to the, we're going to call it the 32. That's a 13-yard gain by Seifert.
The scoreboard operator didn't start the clock on that play, so they basically just got a free 10 seconds.
Here's the pitch, goes over to Seifert on the right-hand side. He breaks one tackle, breaks another. First down, and he's run out of bounds down about the 20-yard line.
Seifert's pitch around the right side.
It looks like they're going to call him out at the 22. So that's a gain of 10 yards by Seifert.
Ran out of bounds by Moffitt.
And he's gained 23 yards on the last 2 carries.
That is what you are hoping for. Stuff falling everywhere, and again.
Handoff goes on the near side. Seifert carrying it down inside the 10-yard line. Boy, the Tigers just can't stop that run.
Again, gain of 10.
And Seifert with that big carry on the play. They're going to mark him down at the 12-yard line. That's a gain of 10 and another first down. Wow, he's had 33 yards in the last 3 plays.
Powell's just getting a bunch of production out of everyone they needed to. Lander can't say the same.
Back to pass into the end zone. Caught and dropped.
Boy, number 40 had it.
Yeah, it was intended that time for Zane Graft, and it hit him right in the breadbasket and bounced right out.
And you know, that's why you try and catch with your hands. You always want to catch with your hands. If you have to catch with your body, catch with your body. But a lot of times that's exactly what will happen with inexperienced pass catchers if they try and use their body.
Yeah, you have to trap it against your body to make it stick. 10:56 to go in the third. 37-0. Powell, here's the handoff to Seifert, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, breaks away, 5 touchdowns. Seifert. Wow, they had him stopped, and he broke away.
Yeah, and for those of you watching on Wild Today, I apologize. There was someone standing right in front of the camera as we did that, and I was trying to get her down, but she didn't hear me. So that is going to make it 43-0 with 10:50 to go. And I feel like this quarter has been going on forever. It's only been 1 minute and 10 seconds. Powell just going off, man. There's not a lot more you can say.
And it's going to be Schwann with the extra point attempt. Kick is up, and it is good. And the score goes 44, 44 to nothing. Powell with the lead over Lander.
When I was riding in rodeos, I always made sure I was locked in, good and tight. Now as a touring musician, crisscrossing the country, I still make sure I'm locked in, good and tight. Of course I do.
Hauling ass, heading south, down the road in a gold Cadillac, coupe to fill.
Buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Well, there was a penalty against Lander on that extra point attempt, so let's see what the Panthers come out of. Let's see if they're going to go for two. The ball is down at the 1 yard line.
That would make it as if they didn't miss that field goal earlier and make it 45-0.
Okay, here we go. I formation in the backfield. There's the handoff to Seifert. He is stopped. That's a bright stop for the Tigers.
That is a silver lining if I've ever seen one.
And right on the bottom of that line is 58, and that is the number of our favorite player down there, Zame Calabrese. Cabrialis, yes.
Well, with 10:50 to go, it's now 43-0 instead of 44-0. And if you're looking for a win anywhere on the field, you got to start with one win that leads to 2 wins. They may not be wins on the record book, but if you can get some wins on the field, that can lead to some positive momentum, positive gain, and maybe this could lead to some points for all we know.
Well, you get your daubers up when you have a good play.
Yes, you do.
And that was a very good play, and the Tigers stop it. Cabrialis, I'm sorry.
You're going to have some trouble.
Makes that play. 10:50 to go in the third period of play. And we're 2 points away from a running clock here.
And that might not be the worst thing in the world.
No, Powell has scored on 7 consecutive possessions. Every time they've touched the ball, it's either gone into the end zone or a field goal. So, 43-0. Kicking it off, Jet Schwann. Deep back is Joel Jubber for the Tigers. He's at the goal line. Let's see if they squib this or if they kick it away. They're all benched up tight there. And no, they kick it away, and it goes into the end zone. Lander will start at the 20.
Into the end zone.
So 10:49 remaining in the third period. Only in the third period.
Right? Feels like it's been a lot longer.
Yeah, it's 7:30, so the game has been underway now an hour and a half. And Lander will start first down, 10 yards to go from their own 20-yard line. See if we have any offensive changes here. Bodie Moffitt still the quarterback, and he's going to go under center, and everyone is bunched in tight. Here's the handoff. Goes to the second man through for no gain. Baker carries it. No, actually, they're going to give him a yard. So Baker gets a yard. Let's see where they put the football down. They're going to give him 2 yards. It's at the 22, so Baker gets 2 yards.
Juan Rivera coming in, a little bit smaller guy, but he is fast. So I wonder if they'll use him to block, or maybe he can get out in space. We'll see what happens, but they line up with a lot more protection on the right side.
Under center, Moffitt. There's the handoff, and nothing doing there. Couldn't make the cut up field. No gain on the play, maybe even a loss. And that was Baker who made the run. And they're going to mark him at the 21. So it was a loss of 1 yard. That is only the second time he's had a negative yardage carry today. He's got 16 carries and 63 yards unofficially. Under center, here we go. Man in motion, back to pass, long pass downfield is intercepted, and touchdown. Picking the ball off was Trey Stennerson, and he got the ball. There was no one on his way, but we do have a man down. That's Kevin Busniski for Powell.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened, but I think he was covering, I want to say Hunter Smith-Velarde. I might be wrong, but I think he was covering one of the Lander wide receivers, and he ran into his own guy looking for the ball.
So Stennerson gets a 21-yard pick six at the 9:27 mark.
We're going to go ahead and take this injury timeout with them. It's 49-0. PAT incoming when we come back on 93.1 KFCW and WYO Today's YouTube page.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
Want access to local news, sports, events?
Well, back again. Here's the extra point attempt as the injured player was number 3, Wisniewski, and he was helped off the field. Here's the snap, the kick. The kick is up. It's good. And it goes 50-0.
Should have a running clock after this.
Yeah, I think we will have a running clock. And, our second opponent to score 50 or more on the Tigers this year.
In 3 weeks, too.
In 3 weeks, yeah.
Just not what you want to see if you are a Lander fan or a Lander player. And you know who I feel for the most? I passed by him on the way to the restroom at halftime. Is the parents of these players. You know, they want to see their children succeed. They want to see them at least get points on the board. They want to see them get yardage. And right now, it's not happening for anyone really other than Braden Baker. And I know Coach Baker, his dad, is proud of him, but he also wants the team to succeed, not just his son. And that's, like I said, we got to have a win somewhere on the field to at least boost some sort of serotonin into the brains of the fans here.
Well, Lander had the biggest turnout of fans. The home side was almost completely filled. Biggest turnout of the year, but now the fans are starting, the band fled. The band has gone back to the band room.
If the band's leaving, you know that it's not going great.
Well, we certainly hope the Tigers can make something out of this drive. 9:27 to go, period 3. And I believe we'll have a running clock from now on out.
I think we will, too.
Okay, Schwann will do the honors for the Powell Panthers. Powell has a real strong athletic program all the way around. The Powell Athletic Roundtable is the big booster club up there. They do a great job. High end over end kick. Jubber's going to take it at the 10-yard line. Moves to his right-hand side. Cuts back to the left. Falls down and is tackled by an ankle at the 25. So he gets a 15-yard return for the Tigers.
And Joel Jubber and Braden Baker are definitely two of the high points of this offense and this team in general. They're just they're not working as much with these other players right now as we see number 24 come in. I haven't seen him. That's Caleb Larvey, a junior. I think we might start to see some names we haven't seen in the starting lineups.
Yeah, here comes the new quarterback in. That's Paxton Hollingshead.
Paxton, there's no
Paxton.
T in there.
I'm sorry,
Paxton. No, you're good. I covered him in the when he was playing baseball, I believe, and his dad said it's Paxton, not Paxton.
Paxton under center right now. Same format for Lander. Here's a pass out to the near side. Is that Burton that carried that one?
We'll see when he stands up. No, that would be
that's,
who we were just talking about. That's Larvey.
Yeah, that's Larvey.
Caleb Larvey.
Caleb Larvey.
Junior.
Well, I tell you what, that was good for 5 yards. That was a pretty good run there for the Tigers. And it was an outside, kind of a jet sweep type of play. It was not really a jet sweep, but it was a pitch to the near side. Hollingshead comes out now.
I want to see him let one rip. I know they're not going to make him, but I want to see him do it. Right here he could. He tries. He gets out of the pocket.
And he runs for a first down all the way across the 35 down to about the 39-yard line. That'll be a 14-yard gain and a first down for the Tigers.
A little bit of hope left here on the field as Paxson, he's been waiting for an opportunity to show what he's got with this varsity team. You know, when you play Cody and you get a quarter, you don't get to show off your skills as much. Cody's defense, no matter who you are, that is one defense that you cannot really stop. So this is going to be a really good eye-opening for the Lander fans who may not have gotten to see him play in Cody.
Hollingshead under center. One man in motion is Velarde. Back to pass. Stops. Cuts upfield. He's got a lot of yardage to go, and he's up across the 45 to the 46-yard line. That'll be 7 yards on the play by Hollingshead. And he is now in positive yardage territory. He had a big sack in the first half. He now has 3 carries, 4 yards. After gains of 14 and 7, following a big 17-yard loss there. So the Tigers on the move now, second down. They're at the 47-yard line in their own territory. 6 minutes to go, third period. There's the pitch back out to the near side, carrying the football. Oh, there's a nice run on the play, and that is Larvey. Larvey gets it all the way down across the 50, down to the 41-yard line, so that's 4 and 9. That's 13 yards for Larvey. He now has 2 carries, 18 yards.
And you know, those 2 carries, those were exactly what you need out of someone on the second string team.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what defense you're going against, first string, second string. If you can get some positive yardage and show up for your coach, there's a good chance you're going to play more ball in the near future.
And we have a flag on the play at the Lander sideline.
Flag on the play.
Hey, down please in front. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, we have a penalty against the Lander bench, I think, Sean.
Yeah, the ref was already giving Coach Burton a warning, and
unsportsmanlike conduct. Well,
he points directly at Coach Burton.
So that's going to take the ball back 15 yards.
Well, they said delay a game over the speaker, but I know what that signal
it's unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Now they got it.
Back to the 44. Big loss on the play as the Tigers were finally getting something going.
Now he's talking
to the white hat again.
As the team is getting up to play, and now we're going to have, well, we can't really stop the clock, can we? We have a running clock. They're going to do another one. I think he got another penalty. They're moving backwards again.
Well, all the officials are going to huddle now. The white hat has called in his compadres. Football is right now at the 44-yard line in Lander territory. We just had an unsportsmanlike conduct against the Lander coach. And that is 15, 30, 45, 50 yards in penalties against the Tigers. And we're waiting for a call, and meanwhile the clock still runs.
And this is
that's not a bad thing.
No, this is one way to drain a lot of clock. So we just took off since the actual flag was, or since the whistle was called. We have ran through 2 minutes and 10 seconds of game clock. Meanwhile, Lander is looking at a first and wowzers. That is 10, 20, 25 yards.
Yeah.
First and 25.
First and 25 at their own 44. Hollingshead brings them up to the line of scrimmage. Here's a pitch back on the near side.
There's Rowan.
And that goes to Caden Rowan. And not much gain there, if anything.
And that's a classic Jim Burton call right there.
Well, I see that Coach Burton is now talking back with Bodie Moffitt, who's coming into the game.
You wanted to say Bodie Moffitt.
I did want to say that, yes.
So Paxson is still in, but Bodie might be playing wide receiver here. Let's see.
Yeah,
Bodie does play a pretty good cornerback. He's already gotten 1 interception against Cody this year.
Hollingshead still the quarterback. Man in motion is Velarde Smith. There's the pass in the middle. No one's looking for it, and it was almost intercepted. I tell you what, if Jubber could have turned around, he would have had a touchdown.
Yeah, and he would have, if he had been hit in stride, he definitely could have had a touchdown. But right there, when you are a quarterback, you have to slide that between two defenders. That's harder than it looks, and we have another flag. Oh, man, Paxton took a shot at the end, so that's going to be roughing the passer. They'll get those 15 yards back they lost from Coach Burton.
Yeah, they sure will, and the down will stay at second down. So for the Powell Panthers, that is their third penalty for 45 yards. They've all been 15-yarders. Landers had one 5-yard penalty. All the others they've had have been 15 yards, so it's 2nd and 10. And it goes across the 50 back to the 41-yard line. Whistle.
Boy, we've had nothing but whistles the last 5 minutes. Oh, the roughing the passer makes it automatic first down, and another silver lining for the team.
And a Lander Tiger first down.
Here we go.
Okay, so the personal foul penalty gives Lander new life, first down. Hollingshead rushes to his left, passes downfield, it's caught. Caught for a first down at the 28-yard line. And was that intercepted? No, that was Velarde, wasn't it?
That was Velarde, and that's what Velarde's been telling me he has wanted to do all season long is make some catches. They just don't run the ball very often, and that is exactly what Hunter Velarde can do when he gets the ball. He makes a tough catch with the defender draped over his back.
12-yard gain on the play. Here we go, Lander, 1st and 10, first and 10, hash mark far side. One man out on the right. Big rush by Powell. There's the pass downfield. What a catch. It's a 10-yard line. 1st and 10 Lander. And that was Burton on the catch.
He is speedy. He got behind the defense, found a small hole on the near side of the field. And now look at this there in the red zone within the, right on the 11-yard line.
19-yard gain on the play. And, you know, we had talked before, Sean, when you've interviewed the coach, he has 3 different kind of quarterbacks, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. We'll get to that right at the top of the 4th quarter, which is coming up right after this on 93.1 KFCW and streaming on WYO Today's YouTube page.
Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now.
We believe that everyone deserves a second chance, including us. Hi, I'm Brian Robacher, CEO of Atlantic City Federal Credit Union. And if we said no to you in the past, I'm asking you for a second chance too. In the midst of everything happening, we are committed now more than ever to second chances and when it comes to your finances. An auto loan for your new car, business loans, home loans, and more. Give Atlantic City Federal Credit Union a second chance to give you a second chance. We've been helping our community thrive since 1964, and now it's your turn. Visit AtlanticCity.coop to apply today. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From Family Medical.
Back again, Tigers have it 1st and 10 down at the 12-yard line. Man in motion for the Tigers. And the quarterback Hollingshead is looking to throw in the end zone. It's
intercepted.
Picked off in the end zone, I think. Yeah, it is. Oh, he had a huge rush on him. He raced all the way to the sideline and heaved it into the end zone. 3 defensive players.
Yeah, he was really trying to force it. That's one of those that you got to learn from when you're a quarterback. You got to throw those away, throw it into the back of the end zone. And just out of bounds, there's got to be something to do outside of letting that one go. And we're still going to have a running clock here. It's going to be 11:15 to go in the game. And that was Lander's probably best opportunity to score in this game.
Yeah, it sure was. Big turnover for the Tigers as Powell gets it. Let's see there. I'm guessing they're going to have a new quarterback.
He might. No, it looks like Jet Schwann's still out there.
Yeah, Schwann is still there.
Schwann is...
well, they're only leading by 50.
I don't want to speak, too much tongue and mouth here, but... Is that cheek and mouth? I'm saying it wrong. But either way, I think Jet Schwann really does have
tongue in cheek.
There you go. Thank you. I'm having a brain fart and a stroke all at the same time.
Timeout, Cody.
Jet
we'll
Schwann.
Be back.
You keep saying Cody. It's Powell.
Oh, it's Powell, yeah.
Are here to serve you. Call 307.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Okay, here's the tip and the handoff. It goes to Seifert. Seifert breaks one, breaks another. He's at the 30. He's got nothing but green grass ahead of him. He's going to score. 20, 10, 5, touchdown Powell. But there's a flag, and a hold is going to be called against the Powell Panthers, and this touchdown is going to be called back. Well, thank goodness for small miracles.
I was just about to say another silver lining if you're a Lander fan. There haven't been many of them in this game, but to finish my thought earlier, I think the way that Jet Schwann has started off this season, blowing out their opponents last week, blowing out Lander this week, really all off the arms of Jet Schwann and the legs of the running backs. Really, I think Jet Schwann really does have a chance at possibly being the Gatorade Player of the Year in football. He is just magnificent so far this year.
Well, besides that, he's a kicker.
Yeah.
he can do the field goals, too.
He does it all.
Okay, and I think, let's see, Schwann's back in there at quarterback.
We were just talking about how 9 minutes and 50 seconds is going to go by really quickly. So if Lander can get one more good possession, maybe even get it down the field. Again, it's all about the little victories at this point.
Schwann in the shotgun formation. Here's a handoff on the near side. No free land this time as bringing the ball up. Seifert for about a couple of yards on the play.
Bodie Moffitt and number 55, Caleb Hamilton, they collided on the running back there, Seifert, and boy, he just looked like he got sandwiched really hard.
Yeah, sure did. And he picks up a little bit of yardage. He now has 51 yards on 7 carries, Seifert does. Up to the line, hash mark near side, 9 minutes to go. Powell leading Lander, shutting them out right now. And there goes Schwann running on the far side. Flag comes out. He's got the first down yardage still going, and whoa, there's another flag. So we've got 2 flags on the penalty. That might have been a hit out of bounds.
That might have been a late hit, and then at the very beginning, I think it was a false start on the offensive line.
We might have offsetting penalties here.
And both of them don't really equate to each other. A late hit, that could cause an injury, but a false start, that's just simply being a little overzealous.
Clock moving, 8:24 to go in the game.
Waiting for the white hat here. He has taken his time tonight.
And he sure has.
Ref's been taking up more clock than the actual football plays here in the second half.
Well, he's talking with the Powell coach now. Comes over toward the center of the field.
Coach Burton now getting talked to.
Well, we still don't have a call from the official, and we've run a minute off the clock.
Coach Burton has definitely talked to the ref a lot tonight. It's not a bad thing. He's trying to get the right calls. So
So I don't know what the call was because he didn't make a
illegal
signal.
motion.
Was it a legal motion?
Illegal motion on Powell, and then I think we're going to get a late hit.
Yeah.
Illegal block in the back declined.
Okay, so the penalty moves Powell all the way back to the 20-yard line.
Technically, there were 3 penalties
Yeah,
there,
I guess.
all 3 on Powell, so it was up to Lander which one they wanted to take. And I think they just took the illegal motion.
Clock moving. Yeah, 7:10 to go, as Sean just said. And there's another flag.
Another flag on the play.
False start.
A false start against the Panthers.
Well, it's getting a little sloppy out there, Sean.
It is. I don't know if you got to see the Chiefs game last night, but I think one of my favorite moments happened. The referee threw a flag and said, false start, everybody but the center. My wife was sitting at home, goes, I don't think I've ever heard anyone say something like that.
2nd down, 15 yards to go. There's the snap, and Schwann is caught, and this time he doesn't get away. Oh, that was a good move by one of the Lander players.
The Lander player hit his own player pretty hard. And
he had to leap over the pile to not get a late hit.
3rd down and 14.
So 2 yards on the play by the quarterback, Schwann.
3rd and 14 is not what they have on the scoreboard, but that's what they're announcing, and that looks about right. 3rd
and 13, we'll go with that. 6 minutes, 9 seconds to go now. Clock is running, thankfully. Cody, hash mark, far side.
Powell.
I'm sorry.
I don't know where we're
Powell.
at.
I don't know why I'm doing the Cody thing, but here's the handoff, straight up the middle, little bit of yardage, breaks one tackle, breaks another, up to the original line of scrimmage and caught down there. Good second effort.
Nelson with the handoff to Bradish.
Oh, Bradish is the player, so he's going to get 9 yards on the play. Bradish has 17 yards on 2 carries.
If I'm not mistaken, I think this should be the first punt that we have seen from Powell tonight. It's been 7 out of the 8. 7 out of the last 8 Powell possessions have ended in a touchdown.
Caden Nelson is the punter. There's a good snap and a really high booming kick. And it bounces, doesn't touch anybody, gets a huge Powell bounce down to the 23-yard line.
That's where it's going to sit. Sorry about the camera there, folks. Yeah. That's where it's going to sit with 4:56 to go. And let's stay here while they try and get ready here. It looks like this will probably be the last possession for either team. Knock on wood. We don't have any wood up here.
We don't have any wood up here.
Bleachers.
We got some masonite.
Yeah.
Okay, the Tigers will have it first down, 10 yards to go at the 18-yard line.
At this point, it doesn't matter what kind of coaching philosophy you have. You got to get something on the board. You can't be at home and get a goose egg on the scoreboard. Try and air something out. Maybe do a trick play. Try and pull really deep from your playbook, because right now is when you really want to use it and see if it works.
Okay, Hollingshead at the quarterback. There's a pitch, goes on the near side, and there's a little bit of yardage, about 2 or 3 yards, and I think that is Caden Rowan. Yeah, that's Baker. Baker gets 3 yards on the play.
Surprising they put their first string offense back in there other than Bodie.
Well, they'd like to get something on the scoreboard too, I think.
Definitely.
Okay, Tigers come up to the line of scrimmage with 3:52 to go. They've got 75 yards to the end zone. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. There's the pitch out to the left side, and that's Burton. Burton with the carry, number 10. And he goes for a couple of yards on the right side. He's going to pick up about 3 on the play.
Diego Labados running with a bunch of bananas in front of a Connor Higginbotham and a couple other Lander kids dressed up in Sasquatch and gorilla gear. Diego Labados got 5th at the Barry Bryant, and Kyle Johnson, he did really well. And I love interviewing him after a big race because he's not afraid to let his emotion. He just sat there and he goes, man, that hurt really bad. When you're running in the heat that was there yesterday at the 1838 rendezvous site, everything hurt. Yeah, I hurt just watching them.
Yeah, tonight is jungle night, so we got some bananas and we've got some gorillas out there. Oh, and he should have passed the ball, but he didn't, so he gets cut down at the 19.
That was one of those moments as a quarterback, you wish you would have just maybe picked your feet up. One more step would have been able to get you out of that jam, and instead it looks like we're going to punt.
Yeah, it's 4th down. They need 13 yards, 2.5 minutes to go.
I can't imagine that a 4th and 13 with 2.5 minutes to go wouldn't seem like a time to maybe try something from Lander's offensive playbook here, but they're going to punt it instead. And
we have a whistle and a flag.
Flag on the play.
Oh, too much time, I think.
Delay game.
Delay game. Well, just what Lander needed.
You can add one more penalty to the book there if that is the case, and I believe... No, it's against Powell.
No, it's against Powell, so it's a 5-yarder. So Powell has been penalized 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
So now 4th and 8. Do we want to try anything? We're going to stay.
60 yards and penalties against Powell tonight. Okay, here comes the next punt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You would think it's the other way around with the way Lander's been penalized.
Long spiral kick comes down at the 40-yard line, and getting away on the near side, running the football is Caden Nelson. Run out of bounds on the near side across the 50, and there goes the flag.
Well, there was 2 players that collided extremely hard, the ball carrier, and it looks like Bodie Moffitt, and Moffitt is getting up really, really sore. Oh, man. And number 3, Bryce Mason, had the hand on the kick returner. As soon as he got the ball, he just couldn't bring him down. He grabbed the jersey and fell as he was trying to get him down on the ground. And we're going to have either a late hit or a defenseless player, one or the other. I don't think anyone's going to get away with that. We could hear the collision up here through our headsets.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Well, the White Hat still hasn't made a call. Okay, now he turns around and looks this way. Chop block against Cody, or against Powell. I don't know what it is.
You know, we're going to be playing Cody all year long.
A little punchy today. A chop block against Powell.
You don't see those called very often.
And that's going to go all the way back, and they'll start at the 41-yard line in their own yardage. Wholesale changes now with 1:10 to go.
I'm surprised to see Bodie Moffitt still out. Oh, no, he's sitting right there. I was looking up.
He's wrong.
Either way, he's still standing and looking good right there because he took a gnarly hit. He flipped over at least once there.
Under 1 minute to go now.
Victory formation here.
Yeah, victory formation for the Panthers. This is the only drive they're not going to score on. They scored on 7 consecutive drives. And with 40 seconds to go, that'll do it for the ball game.
They've scored on 7 of 8. They didn't get to score on the last
that's right.
one.
They didn't score in the last time. So 7 of 8 in the victory formation with a half a minute to go now. 50-0 Powell over Lander. There's the down, and that'll do it. And the players exchange embraces out there and some handshakes. And the Powell Panther fans on the other sideline are applauding, and the Lander Tiger fans are applauding as well. So Lander goes to 0-2 on the official season. 0-3 if you count the 0-week game. And the final score, Powell 50, Lander 0.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
Riverton Blodorn Lumber is proud to support youth sports. Experience the Blodorn difference. Quality products, design, delivery, and expert service. Blodorn Lumber, 1202 North Federal in Riverton. Blodorn Lumber. You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot.
Welcome back to the Click It or Ticket post-game show. Lander falling today at home to Powell, 50-0. It just wasn't in the cards today for Lander. They just couldn't get anything going other than that second drive that they had that ended all the way down, ended with a turnover on downs. They got down to the 33-yard line. That might have been their best drive of the game. After that, Powell went up 14-0, and then Lander fumbled the ball. After that, Powell had another touchdown. It was a one-play drive. They had 3 one-play drives in this game. 21-0 was after that one. Lander couldn't move the ball on their next drive. After that, Powell does it again as they were to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plays to make it 27, to 0, and then they'd go up 30-0 on a field goal. After that, they went up 37-0 on 2 plays. One of them was a 52-yard one. No, that was one play. I'm sorry, a 52-yard run by Seifert. Lander then got the ball right before halftime. Couldn't do much with that, and then after that, it was just off to the races. Powell got the fumble and the interception for the touchdown, and that made it a running clock. And Ernie, I think we know who our Papa Murphy's player of the game is. It's got to be Braden Baker, right? I'll get that.
Absolutely. He ended up the game 17 carries, 66 yards. Here's an interesting statistic. Powell had the short field all night long. So Lander ended up with 100. Let's see where it is. That's Powell. Okay, here it is. Okay, here's Lander. Lander had 106 yards of rushing. 189 yards of rushing. Total offense. 83 rushing, 106 passing. And they
couldn't have had 106 passing. That has to be 83.
I'm sorry. They had 43 yards passing.
There we go.
And 40 yards in return yardage. That's 83, 106 yard rushing, 189 yards total offense.
Math.
Powell had 185 yards total offense.
And they were able to win 50-0, literally just based off of, like you said, the short yardage. They got interceptions. They got fumble recoveries. I think we had 4 fumbles tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
It's one of those games you just don't write home about, unless you're Powell, of course, which they're going to be heading home happy after this. So Papa Murphy's player of the game is definitely Braden Baker. And I would imagine that our Gatorade play of the game, I don't know, Ernie, we didn't really talk about this during the timeout, but I'll let you decide on this one. I think that first pass that they were able to complete to Parker Burton was one of the more explosive plays, but that didn't lead to anything. Nothing really led to anything here.
No, they got 0. I think that pass to Burton is probably it.
That's a good one, yeah. Parker Burton. You know, when Parker Burton comes out on the field, he does show, he makes his name heard. He makes his number known. The defenses know that he's fast. They know he can catch. They know he can run. The biggest issue is he isn't the biggest kid on the field, so he might be a little bit easier to take down, but he can get around players really, really easily. He's just got to get more touches, and in a game like today, the touches you get are sacred because you didn't get very many of them.
No, they didn't, and the Tigers had one really good drive that went down inside the red zone, and that was it. They didn't scratch the scoreboard tonight, and the Powell Panthers clawed the scoreboard often.
A lot.
A lot. 50-0 is our final score. And tell you what, we had some good plays here by the Tigers, and as we mentioned, our player of the game, Baker, 17 carries, 66 yards. Caden Rowan had 4 carries for 10 yards. Hunter Velarde had 2 carries for 5 yards. Burton had 1 carry for 2 yards. Hollingshead had 3 carries for 4 yards. And Larvey had 2 carries for 18 yards.
I got to say, I don't mean to interrupt you here.
That's all right.
I loved Caleb Larvey. The little bit that we got to see of him, I can imagine that he might get some more touches after the very brief moments that we saw of him tonight.
Yeah, I think so. Passing department, Moffat was 0 for 2. Hollingshead 2 for 3, 12, and Burton caught 1 for 19 yards. Jubber, however, was really great on returns tonight, Sean. He had 2 returns of 25 and 15 yards, 40 yards of return yardage.
He would have
for
had
Joel
more.
Jubber.
He would have had more if he didn't get hit right in the stomach on one of those better kickoff returns. That caused a fumble, and he was upset with himself. But man, anyone would have dropped the ball after the way that helmet just stuck him right in the gut.
Well, the Powell Panthers are singing their school fight song to their fans on the far side, and the Lander Tigers are carrying their helmets and walking off the field here to our left.
Seems like a very different Week 2 matchup. You know, when we were calling games together last year, there never felt like Lander was out of it, even in the worst games. You know, you always felt like the quarterback could get it done, the running back can get it done. And, you know, I was at the practices on Wednesday, and Coach Burton ended the practice with a huddle where he said something along the lines of, I'm still waiting on a leader to step up. He doesn't care where it comes from. He just wants a leader to be there and be able to take the full weight of this team on his shoulders. And right now, I really don't know who else it could be but Braden Baker, and he just can't do it alone.
And the Tigers will be on the road next week. We'll be down in Uinta County for the
Evanston
return of Jim Burton to Evanston, the team he coached the last 4 years. And Lander versus Evanston, that's coming up on Friday night. And you'll hear that game. Is that a 7 or a 6 o'clock? I don't remember.
I believe it's a 6 o'clock.
I believe it's a 6 o'clock game. But that'll be next week at Evanston. And Burton, of course, got a win over Lander.
I have it as a 6 p.m. game.
6 p.m. game.
Just want to give everyone a rundown. For those of you that aren't on WyoToday.com as often, we do have our broadcast schedule up there. But next week, Lander at Evanston, Riverton at Star Valley. And I think if Riverton can get Derek DeVries back, that game could be a lot more interesting than you think.
Yeah, it sure could be.
And then Thermopolis is going to be playing against Mountain View down in Mountain View. And then Shoshone will be our Fremont County game of the week. They have a matchup at home against Cheyenne's East's JV team, and Shoshone has not started off the season super hot, so that could be a nice pick-me-up game for them. That could boost some momentum there for that team that's been to 2 straight state championship games.
This is your Click It or Ticket post-game show. We're going to take a break and be back with Lander coach Jim Burton.
Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube, oil, and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Wyoglass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you.
When you purchase your car, do you know if you got the best payment possible? The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton. If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians.
Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road. Look out for pedestrians. Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming and Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
Let's go, all Fremont County athletes. I, Matt Gordon from Fremont Chevy, would like to wish all teams this year good luck and bring back some championships to this county. If you need a new ride to get to and from those away games, stop down at 1401 North Federal Boulevard or call 307-851-3797 and let me help you get to the games. Your sales professional, Matt Gordon.
Welcome back. We are in our Click It or Ticket postgame show, sitting here with Coach Jim Burton. Coach, that's a tough loss, 50-0. You had a couple opportunities at the end zone here and there. What would you say was the biggest problem tonight? Was it penalties? Was it turnovers?
You know, early turnovers give us an issue, obviously, and that's something we're still working to clean up. One thing we've got to make sure we understand too. When I'm talking to the kids, you know, I think we've got 3 kids that have played varsity football before. You know, only 8 seniors. Period. I've got kids out there that are in 10th grade trying to do man's work, and most of the time they are. So they're going to make mistakes, but we've just got to clean those up, you know. That's the big thing is I realize they're young, but we're going to coach them hard, and we're going to coach them up and try to get it to where that doesn't happen anymore. You know, ticky-tack penalties here and there, and again, that's things that are out of our hands. The one thing we've got to learn to do is keep our mouth shut, and we're getting better, honestly. When we first got here, we had some issues, big issues, with language and things. And again, when we get tired and things go happen, we revert to old bad habits. Heck, me included, right? And so that's some things we have to clean up.
Now, what did you tell the team in the huddle after the game?
Really, that, you know, the second half, we had some positives. You know, we forced them to punt. They really didn't sub a ton in the second half. So we're moving the ball on their ones. You know, we're stopping them with our ones. You know, and obviously a little different game plan. Kessler's a quality guy, and he's not going to try to run it up. You know, he's not running double reverse pass in the fourth quarter or anything. He's running the ball, you know, and we've just got to stop it and get the ball back. But really the big thing is there's some positives there in the second half and some things we can build on and things we need to go on from here.
Yeah, I know one of the things that we talked about at the end of last week's game was the fact that, okay, you got her now?
No.
No, he can't hear us now.
Why don't we pop one of these off?
Yeah, let's trade I with him.
Sorry, I don't know if you can hear me, but I can hear you. I can totally hear you. Oh, hey, I got you now.
You got us now. Okay, Coach, one of the things we talked about last time was your emphasis not to tackle high. And today, the tackling seemed to be a little bit better with a couple of exceptions.
You know, and again, it's Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was a good football team, and so we're working that. Again, it's get tired, bad habits, things like that. One real big struggle with our numbers, it's hard to go live tackling, just because we don't have backups to the backups. So we've got to try to incorporate some one-on-one stuff and make sure some ones versus ones, so that we can get good live reps that are going to make it without hurting anybody. And then that's one issue right now, is just taking good live tackle reps. We just haven't been able to get to that, mostly because of our numbers.
I will say, in a game like this, everyone always looks for little victories, whether it's stopping someone on third down. You had a lot of little victories with Braden Baker and a lot with Tristan Osborne. Tell us about those two players. They might be your stars on offense and defense.
Well, and Tristan is our line captain, and we made that decision tonight. He's going to be the line captain the rest of the go, both O and D line captain. So he's earned that spot. He's working hard. Just playing some great football, and he's just leading by example right now, and that's what we need. That's what we asked for. Braden Baker just keeps getting better. Again, he doesn't have the fumbles tonight. We cut down on the reps a little bit. We were trying to roll a few more backs, keep him fresh, but he's going to have to carry a load, and we got Larvey back in, and he carried the load a little bit, and that was a big, he pulled a hammy in the second day of fall camp, so it's good to get him some positive reps, but just got to keep flowing downhill and playing football.
Yeah, I was going to say we really liked what we saw from Larvey, and we really, we hadn't said his name the first two games, so we were wondering where he came from. But do you think his performance tonight might have earned him a couple more snaps next week?
Well, and again, it wasn't that he hadn't earned snaps. We were still just being real tender with him. Those hamstrings, you never know, right?
Yeah.
And so he's finally getting to where we're more full speed in practice, and that's his reps tonight. We're working him in, trying to get reps back. And I think he's going to play quite a bit. Hopefully we don't have to use him both ways, because he's another outside linebacker that we can use to help on the edge. But yeah, so those guys, hopefully we're going to keep fresh and just keep moving the ball like that, and hopefully we can get a few breaks.
Well, next week might be an emotional game, maybe for you going back to Evanston, where you came from, to come up here to Lander, and Evanston, I think, had a win over Riverton tonight.
Yeah, and again, those are kids and people I've worked with for the last 11 years. Some of them for all 11 years. I taught middle school some of those kids, and then coached them. And but again, it'll be emotional for me and my whole family. One thing we've got to overcome, and I know the boys have talked. We got to do this one for coach. We got to keep our emotions at check, right? Optimal levels. We get too high, we burn out early and we have issues. So that's a big thing, is just we got to make sure our emotions are in check, me included. Don't need to go down there and cause a penalty because I'm too riled up. So, but yes, it's anytime you leave someplace after that long, it's emotional when you go back. And
Sure.
again, I look forward to seeing those guys and talking to all those people that I've associated with. Nothing negative to say there, just, I moved on.
Yeah.
Last question for me. I was at your practice on Wednesday, and you ended with a huddle, and you said you're still looking for some leadership here and there, and you don't care where it comes from. Have you been seeing any extra leadership from any players, especially tonight?
Like I said, Tristan Osborne really step up. If I can get, Z, some days he just makes you laugh, and he really does bring the level of the boys up. It's just a matter of where he's at all the time. That he leads when he's here, and we just got to make sure we keep him around. Tristan's leading. Bodie actually, has a heck of a leadership, and he says, "Hey, Coach, he's done something to his thumb," and he's like, "Coach, get me out." So that gives us the packs, and that's a big leadership thing. That's him stepping up, saying, "I can't grip the football under center," and stepping back, and saying, "We're better off if I have somebody else going." Hopefully, he's ready to go for next week, but that's a big leadership thing to me. A couple young guys, Caleb Hamilton, again, he and Romer, they are both sophomores. And you look at them, and until you're close up to them, you're like, oh, those are men. Those are full-grown men. They do a man's job. You get up and the baby face smile they have on their face all day. So the old line is coming together. They're starting to do some good things. Seeing some good things on defense here and there. It's just a matter of putting that all together. A complete game, not just a few quarters, a few plays.
Any dings tonight? Any injuries to speak of? We didn't see any.
Just Bodie maybe with the thumb a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll see how that affects him. I don't know what that's going to do for him going forward. But nothing serious came out of this one, so that's good. Always right. We want to leave healthy. Other than that,
Okay. Well, Coach, thanks for coming up again tonight, and we'll be on the road with you in Evanston next week, and wish you a good week of practice.
Well, thank you. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Betcha. Go Tigers.
Thank you, Coach.
And this has been the Click It and Ticket postgame show here on KFCW. We appreciate you hanging around and especially watching it here on YO Today YouTube. Any final thoughts, Sean?
Well, Coach Burton really said it best. You gotta work with what you get here, and this team is fresh. This team is new. We mentioned it in week 0. We mentioned it pretty much all offseason. This team last year was filled with seniors. Pretty sure their entire starting 11 were, I think, 9 seniors. And, when you have your quarterback, your running back, your kicker, your wide receiver, you have all those players leave, and you have all these players take their spot that have only played against junior varsity competition. There is going to be some growing pains, and that's why I don't think anyone truly expects a championship season out of Coach Burton in his first year. They just want to see little victories like we talked about. Tonight we saw a little here, a little there. We didn't see as many as we wanted to. Last week we had a lot more. We also had a better game. But, next week, little victories, for all we know, could equal a win here and there. And it doesn't end in games like this.
Well, last week against Green River, we were much more balanced on those two teams, and that could have gone either way. And Evanston or Green River snuck it out at the end last week. But when you run up against a quality team, we've already played 2 of those teams this year. The team that's 25 miles west of Powell, and the Powell Panthers.
Yeah, I'm excited for next week. I imagine Evanston isn't the same old Evanston without Coach Burton, because the Evanston we played last year looked much more similar to the Lander team that we're calling this year. We'll see exactly what kind of offense they have. We obviously have some film. If you want to watch how Evanston did against Riverton, I think it's actually still happening right now on 93.9 KTAK, as well as YO Today's YouTube page out there in Evanston. Cody Beers is out there with his son Baylor Beers, and I hope Riverton's doing well. I haven't gotten a score update from them in a little while, but 60-0 was the score at Wyoming Indian. Riverside did well, and look at that. We got no more lights. I think they're kicking us out, Ernie.
I think so. They turned the lights off. So I guess that's our cue to say good evening. This has been KFCW 93.1 broadcast on YO Today YouTube of the Lander Tigers and the Powell Panthers. Again, our final score, 50-0. Powell with the win. On behalf of my partner, Sean O'Brate, I want to thank Katie back at the radio station for her help. Oh, they turned the lights back on us, so I guess that was the 2-minute warning. This is Ernie Over, thanking you for joining us tonight on the broadcast and telecast, and we will see you next Friday afternoon from Evanston, Wyoming. Have a good night, everyone. Be careful.
All of Fremont County and surrounding areas. They are dedicated to providing the highest level of veterinarian medicine along with friendly and compassionate service. They service all pets of shapes and sizes between dogs and cows and cats and horses. They treat your animal like it's their own, the stock dog.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Wyoming Waste hopes that all Fremont County sports teams dismiss their opponents like Wyoming Waste dismisses your trash. They offer services from roll